Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to What's the 411 News. And if you haven't already heard, because they said this video has been going viral, we're going to break it down for you so you be up on things, if you will, all right? And there's a lot to say before we show you this video. First off, let me say this. I was originally going to play this video with the Latina race soldier. I was originally going to play the video with her just saying the cuss words, right? But I got to thinking and I was like, well, I wonder how YouTube is going to react. Maybe the other platforms are not going to have too much of an issue, but we all know that YouTube kind of gets a little soft when it comes to certain things and when it comes to certain people presenting things. And then when it comes to other situations, they'll let things roll. They'll let videos fly. All right. So specifically, you know, if some black people are getting shot up, they'll leave that on and let you see the whole thing. But if you say something or you show something from some other ethnicity, they want to kind of strike your channel in some way, whether they keep you from making money, which we never depended on monetizing on this channel. Well, we make money on other ways that are not dependent upon how you act on YouTube. And so they'll try to demonetize you, or they'll put a strike on your video or some type of claim. And I said, well, let me go ahead and edit the video as far as bleeping out all the cuss words. And then when I went on and did that, and then I looked at the video with me doing the bleep edits, I said that is just as powerful when you start hearing the sounds and it bleeps out the parts when she's using the N word and the F word, the F bomb and the N word. I said that's just as powerful. It'll still be as powerful as if you heard her actually say the words. But I like to be, I don't know, authentic might be the word to say, and wanted to play it straight up the way it was. But some of y'all get all offended with cuss words, but then you go and cuss privately in your homes or somewhere else. I don't never understood that one. And it shouldn't be about the cuss words per se. It's about looking at how the person is, in this case, Officer Ashley Gonzalez from the Houston Police Department, the Latina race soldier, who made it clear that she hates N-words, right? So I wanted to put that out there because, like I said, I was really struggling. I would have put this out the moment I found out. It was several days ago. But I was sitting here debating, man, should I put this video out with the cuss words in it? Or should I bleep the cuss words out and it still has the same effect? You get the same powerful effect. And like I said, I went on and edited it. Yes, me, myself, and I went on and did put the bleeps in there. And after looking at it again, I was like, yeah, this is just as powerful because the sound's going to make it really still makes it look dumb. And so with that being said, I want to also say this, because this does tie into the Democrat Party and a lot of the Democrats and a lot of people who say that there's this black and brown coalition, the brown being the Latinos or the Latinos. And once again, because I said this before, and I think I caught the attention of a lot of people because it went mainstream. But of course, nobody's going to admit that when I called out the culture of Latinos, right? Because when all them Latinos were coming across the border and a lot of stuff was going down, and I said, see, this is the culture of it. And then on a mainstream news channel, a few days after I said that, one of the mainstream news channels, or the lamestream news channels, actually interviewed some Latinos that were, I guess, legalized to be here in the U.S. And somebody mentioned exactly what I said. One of the Latinos said, that's not our culture. That's not all of our culture. We don't all of us don't act like that. And that Latino went against the illegal Latinos that were coming across the border. So I thought that was very interesting. Somebody was paying attention to my video because it went mainstream. I just happened to catch it. And I'm like, oh, that's real interesting. Very interesting. So here again, because there's always been examples throughout the years. And so here's another example of how we don't have a black and brown coalition. Here's another example. There ain't no Latinos standing up saying, no, we standing up for the black Americans. We got their back. You ain't saying that. They saying all kind of little funny stuff. I remember they was interviewing one of the, and we'll get to the video here in a little bit. They was interviewing one of the Latinos that was crossing the border when it was during Biden's administration. Well, not crossing the border. They were in New York. And I think they might have been from Venezuela, when one of these guys was like, black people lazy, black people lazy, you lazy, you get no money. I was like, wow. So they learning that before they get over here. And then they got the nerve to say that same nonsense that everybody else be trying to say. Black people are lazy. Caribbeans and Africans used to say, black people are lazy. Y'all lazy. So again, it was like, where's the black and brown coalition? That wasn't an example of one. And so here's another example of, we don't have a black and brown coalition at all. All right. So with that being said, we're going to take a look at this real quick before we pull this video up, just to get some updates. And I found, just doing my research, there was some conflicting information depending on what source you went to look it up. There was some saying she was put on leave, that she wasn't fired. And then there was some sources saying she was straight up fired. And then some sources put it in another wording to try to make it look like, well, she's on a suspended status, not like officially fired permanently and not working for that department anymore. So that in itself is very telling as well. Because had it been somebody black, they would have been right away told you one way or the other how it went down and how it's going down, right? So with that being said, here's the full breakdown as of yesterday. All right. As far as my research, I put it on the screen. All right. The story was still developing as of yesterday, April the 23rd, 2026. And today is April the 25th or 24th, excuse me, that I'm doing this video here. So current status, it says fired. All right. The Houston Police Department fired Officer Ashley Gonzalez after a video of her spewing racist slurs went viral. All right. A news source. This happened fast, within roughly 48 hours of the video blowing up. In the video, Gonzalez said she hated black people and stated that if she were to respond to a 911 call and a black person was at the scene, she would take them to jail. So it's like, it wouldn't have been no trying to find the right evidence, trying to verify information so the right person can go to jail, or if anybody needed to go to jail, it was like, I'm just taking them to jail. That's how much she hates black people, right? And this is somebody got to be out in the public and deal with all types of personalities and different type of ethnicities. So it's like, I'm gonna jump in her mind, it's like, well, we jumping over all other ethnicities, and when it comes to black, I don't care. I'm just taking them to jail. That was her, that's in her heart, in her culture, right? She used the N-word several times and referenced slavery. Very interesting. She didn't give a damn about slavery or what happened. That's a culture. Is that her culture? Cultural mindset, right? In one portion, she described confronting someone she claims tried to steal her wallet, saying, "Y'all don't know how good it felt to say the N-word out loud. Oh my God, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps." And when I seen that part of the video, it was interesting because I was like, "Oh, okay, that's how y'all getting down in the Marine Corps. All the Marines out there, where you at? Where the Black Marines? Where's the White Marines? Where's the so-called Brown Coalition Marines? Y'all all that's how y'all get down? Y'all feel that way? The Black Marines, are y'all getting on your Brown Coalition people that you coalition with? Is that how y'all get down? Y'all cool with that? Marine Corps, I'm calling out the Marine Corps, all Marines past and present. And those Marines who's looking to go into the Marines. That's how y'all are? That's how y'all get down? Okay. So Gonzalez, Ashley's background, the U.S. Marine Corps confirmed Gonzalez served from 2019 to 2023, attaining the rank of Corporal E3. She had logged more than 1,600 hours of coursework for the Houston Police Academy and other law enforcement organizations. That's interesting. What other law enforcement organizations is that? I would like to know. Officer Ashley Gonzalez was sworn in on January 2024 and assigned to the South Gesner or Jesner. Y'all let me know how to pronounce that, Houston. But the South Gesner, I'm going to say right now, Patrol Division. All right. Steps before the firing. Okay. According to the Houston Police Department officials, Gonzalez turned in her badge and gun and was checked on at her house every day. Oh, they checked on her every day? Why is that? Why would you check on a race soldier, a Latina race soldier? Because she feels so bad what she said now, and so you had to check on her? I don't understand that. It should have been, that's not how we get down. You got down like that in the Marines, and you got down like that in this police department. We ain't checking on a damn thing. That's how you feel about Black people when we got Black officers. If you have Black officers, Houston. If you don't, Houston, we got a problem. Right? And what is the Black police officers, if there are any, in the Houston Police Department? How do y'all feel about that? Were y'all some of the people that went over here and checked, or did some of your Latino superiors make some of you Black ones go over there and check on her? Right? She was not allowed to perform any police duties. Is that why y'all checked on her, or was it something else? To see if she makes sure she doesn't go out and just start acting like she's police. When the investigation was complete, she would either be reinstated. See what I'm saying? It says when the investigation is complete, but yet she was fired, right? Sources said she was fired. See, there's a lot of game playing even on that front. But again, when the investigation was complete, she would either be reinstated or indefinitely suspended, meaning fired and not eligible for rehire. So then why use the word indefinitely suspended? Just say fired and not eligible for rehire. They went the indefinitely suspended fired route. Wordplay, gameplay. Calls for accountability. Here we go. The ambulance chaser. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump / the ambulance chaser said the case could raise questions about past arrest and testimony, meaning cases she handled while on the force could be reviewed or challenged. So he's just letting people know, yeah, that could be the case. They could do that, or they could not do that at all. And just all the people that she arrested who might have been arrested because she just didn't like black people, preferably because she didn't like N-words, right? They could just not bother to look at it. You know, she is a Latina, so, you know, they might get a little bit more preference. A Latina race soldier. Meaning cases she handled while on the force could be reviewed or challenged. That's a major downstream legal issue Houston Police Department will have to deal with. The Houston chapter of the NAACP president, Bishop James Dixon, condemned the video, stating, "That is a sick mindset and is violence waiting to happen." So the bottom line is she's gone, supposedly, fired, but the story doesn't end there. Ben Crump's angle on reviewing her past arrest is the follow-up thread worth tracking. Any case she touched as an officer is now potentially compromised. That's the real systemic impact beyond just one termination. Okay, so be it, right? So be it that it may. All right, so we're gonna get into the video, and like I said, you're gonna hear all the bleeps for the most part, all the cuss words and all the N words. They might have, you know, most of it is bleeped out. I did the best I could, and like I said, even when you hear the bleeps and you hear so many of them, I'm sure you'll say yourself, "Well, damn, who hired this chick? Who was responsible for hiring her?" Right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and pull this video up. And yeah, y'all just listen in, okay? Let's pull it up.
Amount of times that I will always and forever say that I hate. Oh my god, I hate chimps. Like I hate y'all. Like you, like I don't. Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a like for a reason. You guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to steal. Like oh my god, like I was literally eating food with my friends.
Just look at her. I'm gonna play this again from the beginning. Look at the arrogance in her body language. Look at how easy the words just flow out of her mouth. And this is who they hired. Was it a friend of a friend of a friend that hired her? Because you know the going thing is when Latinos get in a certain position, they start hiring all their own. And that's not nothing racial or prejudice. These things have actually happened. And then what they do is they'll do things to other ethnic groups, and specifically to black people, to try to mess with them and to get them fired on purpose. And sometimes they'll go and lie and say things that a black person did that they didn't, in hopes of getting them fired. Right? So just look at her arrogance of her and her body language. I talk to y'all a lot about body language, and because it speaks 1,000 words as well. Just look at her and listen to her, what she's saying, and how easily it just flows. The evilness of her behavior. Just listen and look.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I hate. Oh my god, I hate chimps. Like I hate y'all. Like you, like I don't. Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a like for a reason.
And real quick, she mentioned she hates chimps. She looked like a big, a blimpy chimp her damn self, right? She looked like a chimp. A chubby chimp. That's what she looked like. Let's continue.
I hate y'all. Like, you, like, I don't, oh, we were slaves this and that. I don't give a like, for a reason you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to steal. Like, oh my God. Like, I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my God, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those like that little small ass chimp decided not to steal my wallet. Oh my God, I would have grabbed my heel and like whooped the out of that ass. But like, whatever, right? Some other but no homo or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say like out loud, like oh my God, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like I kid you not.
And like she said, she felt like she was back in the Marine Corps. So Marines, y'all allow that type of talk to go down, and that's cool with y'all in the Marine Corps. Because I guess the way she's making it seem as if when she was in the Marine Corps, that's how they was getting down. She said it felt like I was back in the Marine Corps because we used to N-word it up like crazy. And all the black folks, you know, whoever was in the Marine Corps with her, I need y'all to come out on video too and speak your piece. All the Marines who was in the Marine Corps with Officer Ashley Gonzalez of the Houston Police Department, come out on video, come out on YouTube, or come on this video when you see it, put it in the comments how we can contact you, and I'll be glad to put you on. And, you know, let's talk about it. Your experiences with Officer Ashley Gonzalez, right? Let's see how it goes down. Let us know how it went down. Did y'all tolerate it, or the ladies, did y'all slap her up? Fellas, did you report her, or you put her back in her place? Some of our superiors, if you were black, if you was a sergeant or something like that over her, or some ranks higher than her, did y'all put her in her place? Because the way she's talking didn't seem like nobody put her in her places, because it was like, oh, it was cool. I feel like I was back in the Marine days, right?
But like, whatever, right? Some other but no homo or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say like out loud, like oh my God, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like I kid you not, I don't know what the came over me. I grabbed that by the neck and I was like, come here, you and oh my God, like I felt like the world just stopped. Like it was just peace. Like I don't know. And then he was just like even I in my head I was like, damn bitch, that pasaste, because I called him dog. Like imagine how many downtown chimps were there. They could have beaten my ass. And then he like stops like, hey, no, just call me a I was like, you're a I was like, oh my God, like you're a and I called you a like world peace, bitch. And I was like, what the are you gonna possibly say? Like, are you gonna call 911 because I called you a no, right? Oh my God, Nick. I don't know, this shit didn't record, but it was like, I'm kind of glad it didn't record, because it was like me expressing how much I hated black people after this. Like, dog, like, let me get a black person on a 911 call tomorrow, especially. You're going to jail. I don't give a you're getting treated like a bunch of shit because.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Ashley. Good old Officer Ashley Gonzalez. Shout out to the Gonzalezes for raising this one. You raised this one up to be just like you wanted them to be. Shout out to y'all. And again, where is the Black and Brown Coalition? Because she's not part of the Black and Brown Coalition that the Democrats and Kamala and all these others say we have. Here's another example, because there's been plenty of videos shown examples of how we have no Black and Brown coalition. So for all of you black folks, Black Americans, or non-foundational Black Americans but just have black looking skin. If you believe this, if you believe what was being said, but then we keep showing the receipts, what does that make you mentally when the receipts are shown? And there'll be a new one, and we can go back to the situation that happened in Florida. Those the text messages from these so-called younger Republican types. I think they were Latino. This was recently too, within the last year or two, where they were saying all type of stuff about black folks, right? That's another example of the No Black and Brown Coalition. Then what's coming to my mind was a video where I think it was in California, and some Latino dude said something to a black dude. At first, it looked like the Latino was like down for the black guy, but then he said some disparaging stuff to the black guy. So the black guy was confused. Like, he thought the Latino was like down with him. And all of a sudden the Latino guy flipped. And then the one that I mentioned earlier here about, I think it was the Venezuelan in New York, when they had the cameras on everybody. I guess it was in Manhattan. And that particular Latino from Venezuela, I think it was saying, no, you no get no money. You get no money. You lazy, black lazy. Okay, where was the Black and Brown Coalition in that? So, I mean, we could pull up videos after videos, article after article. Wasn't there a firebombing some years ago in California where Latinos firebombed like black neighborhood or building or something that had majority black people in it? Where was the Black and Brown Coalition in that? All right, so we can continue on and on with the black and brown examples of the fake Black and Brown Coalition. Is there a Black and Brown Coalition or is there not? Because we keep showing y'all otherwise. And I'm not the only one that said it. Others have said the same thing in different ways, that we keep saying that there are individual Latinos who are down for black people, or black people might have individual Latino friends, one here, two there. But as a whole, as a group of them, you don't see that much love. And then you have some Latino friends of yours who, some of them are battling between pleasing their friends or family members and trying to side with them at the same time, trying to side with their black friends. And so that's dangerous because they're not going to take a stand. But then you have even a rarer situation where you have even rare moments where that Latino friend will denounce their family, or they will denounce their friends publicly and anywhere. And in some very even more rarer case than that, some Latinos that you might be friends with will either beat down their family members or slap their family members up for disrespecting somebody black. That's even rarer cases. But you're not seeing in mass all these Latinos, whether they get on camera on their own or they on a news station and they saying that, hey, we down for black people, we got their back. You're not seeing all of that. So again, it's either stop being fooled by these Democrats or anybody who says that there's a Black and Brown coalition, because people can pretend too that they like you, but then behind closed doors, they saying all types of stuff about you, right? So either you're going to believe the Dems, the Democrats, or anybody else who says, we have a Black and Brown coalition. We love the Hispanics. That's our friends. They're just like us. Either you're going to believe that or you're going to keep seeing what we're putting out and showing something otherwise, showing proof otherwise. The choice is yours. But whatever choice you decide will tell a lot about the makeup of your mentality. Let's put it like that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. As always, be sure to check your subscription if you subscribe to YouTube or any other platforms that you might see us on, because YouTube specifically is removing folks, because I've been watching this stuff I've been paying attention in real time. I'll gain 2 and then 3 will get dropped and then 1 will come back. So YouTube is doing all of this. All right. For one reason or another. Now, one of the going excuses is that YouTube is doing better with identifying who's fake. And so they'll remove the fake accounts from your subscription, which I'm not totally buying that. I'm not completely going to buy that one. But I heard that one excuse, that now YouTube is through their system recognizing who the fake accounts are that follow you or subscribe to your YouTube channel. And so once they recognize and identify it's a fake account or a bot account, they're removing it. But like I said, I've been paying attention because I have several channels. I'm paying attention to how one will be I'll gain 2 or 3 more subscribers, and then the next day 1 or 2 are gone, and then the next day another one is gone, and then the next day after that 1 is there. I get 1 back. So apparently something is going on. That's foul, of course, and it could be because some people don't like what we're putting out, but when you're putting out the facts and the truth, I guess that does hurt. And so people get mad because the truth hurts and the exposures they don't like. Right? But it's either expose these things and let it be known, or we're just going to be living in the same situation where nothing gets done, which really don't seem like nothing is getting done. Although in this situation, it appears that she got fired. But you never know. She might re-enter another police department on the low, and somewhere was a little bit. The police department is not really a big police department, so she can slide in quietly. And then the test is going to be whether or not the officers are going to be open arms when she slides in a smaller, more quieter, not really on the mainstream news channels type of police departments where she can still make some money. And then my thing is, if that happens, where was the punishment? You might as well just kept her on the Houston Police Department if that happens, right? So yeah, we'll see. We'll keep our eyes on this one. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bells. And so you are hopefully alerted to when the videos are up. And just pay attention that they might be removing you because, racial things do happen on YouTube through the algorithms, even though Neil Mahan, the CEO of YouTube, has put out videos showing you how to grow and this and that. But there's a lot of suspect things going on with YouTube once again when it comes to Black creators and new Black media. All right. But we still going to keep it going and keep it rolling and keep the information flowing. All right. This is What's the 411 News. And we'll be Black again on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
Welcome Black to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.